Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. It's 22nd of April 2022 and this is your CRISPR daily update. As always, this video is going to be in three parts, news and economic events in the first part. Second part is going to be a look at the indices and Bitcoin and gold. And the third part is going to be a look at all the genomic shares in our watch list. So let's get started. These are the headlines for today. Nano capsule carrying a CRISPR-Cas9 editing tool used for non-invasive brain delivery. And this particular news comes to us from phys.org. It seems that a team of international scientists have been working on glioblastomas in mice, and they have been able to create a special capsule which is big enough to carry the CRISPR-Cas9 tool, and it has been specially coated so that it doesn't get attacked when it tries to go past the blood-brain barrier. And they have successfully treated glioblastomas in mice, and glioblastomas have been very difficult to treat, and they also cause tissue damage, which is likely irreversible. So at this point of time, this scientist, this group of scientists feels that a little more work is needed before they can start doing trials on humans. Great news from CRISPR technical area after a very long time. So really happy about it. Our next news headline is that Moscow aims to extend control over the entire south of Ukraine, including Black Sea ports critical to its export economy. Now, if the export economy of Ukraine is constrained, whatever little grain and other things can come from there is going to be stopped, so it's going to add to inflation. And further, as it affects exports, so will it impact Ukrainian imports and ability for the international community to send aid and weapons and other things into Ukraine. So this is in a very bad situation, and I think the international community has let this slip too far. In the 21st century, we should not have a country attacking and taking over another country, and especially the proliferation of nuclear weapons and hypersonic missiles and technologies like that. This is setting up a slippery slope in which the whole international community is sliding down. There's nothing much that we as retail investors can do in this. We just have to wait and watch, probably elect better leaders. The other headline out here is addressing the elephant in the room. How did we get all our predictions wrong yesterday once again? So Powell reaffirmed the Fed's mandate to rein in inflation at any cost and warned about more aggressive rate hikes as soon as next month. This is what he said, and he said he'll do anything and everything possible to control inflation. And all this happened in an interview that he was giving along with IMF and World Bank. So that kind of spooked markets even more. And even before that, the market had started falling. So I'm still scratching my head on what went wrong, because Tesla had given such a fantastic outlook for the future, and also they delivered on the quarter. So it seemed very difficult for me to believe the direction in which the market went. And also airlines had been giving upbeat updates. And at this point of time, to my knowledge, I think almost 80% of all the earnings reports that have come in have been absolutely positive. So the economy is still strong, but the market is very pessimistic, and it's going down. And today is Friday again. There will be option expiries, so it's going to make the environment more murky to predict. But let us see what happens. With that, let's go on and have a look at what's happening in Nasdaq. So today I'm starting the analysis after the market has opened, and let us hope today we are not going to be deceived by the market. Now, looking at the indices, I'm going to look at the VIX first. The live VIX shows that we are in a rising volatility environment. All the four exponential moving averages are now a support for the VIX, and we have a resistance at 24.28. Our MACD is absolutely bullish. Momentum is also picking up strongly. So that shows that the volatility is on its way up. If we were to zoom out, we'll see that we had been straddling between these two lines of resistance and support between 24.28 and 19.75 roughly. So if we did break above this and did not come down next week, then 27.20 will be our resistance, and there will be more losses to take on the indices. Now, if we look at US oil, it's down 1.25%. And it has got a support from the 50-day exponential moving average, which is this green line out here. The MACD is bullish, but the momentum is dropping. So we don't have a very clear direction of where US oil is going to go. given the fact that the Russian conflict is still ongoing and there is likely to be moratorium on oil from Russia. This is likely to spike up again. We'll have to wait and watch because the indices are not very conclusive out here. Now let's go on to the put call ratio. The put call ratio is down to 0.981. Again, we are not getting any clues out here because it has been oscillating between bullish and bearish, and right now it is bang in the middle somewhere, so that doesn't give us any clue. If we look at QQQ, QQQ is on a support line. Of course, this support line is a placeholder that we had put. It doesn't have 3 touch points, so I wouldn't rely too much on this support line. So I'm going to zoom out and have a look at what the Nasdaq looks like. QQQ is likely to break down further because our MACD is absolutely bearish and moving away from the signal line, and momentum is also falling. So overall, I think QQQ is going to be negative today. However, given the level of the VIX and the way US oil has been low, we should have been seeing some positives in QQQ, but we are not seeing. It's just negative marginally. Minus 0.4%, that can change anytime. So let us reserve any opinion on where QQQ is going to go today because we also have the options expiries happening. So it's not very clear right now. Having said that, I'm going to quickly look at the cryptocurrency area to see if Bitcoin can give us any idea where we are going. So in Bitcoin, we are still on this support out here. Bitcoin has been loosely moving along with Nasdaq. Bitcoin is down today, and also the MACD is bearish, and it's kind of moving towards the signal line, but the momentum is below average. It seems that Bitcoin is in for losses. Things can change intraday, but at this point of time, it doesn't look great. I'm going to convert this 41,356 into a resistance because we have fallen below it. And if we are unable to hold on to this diagonal line of support here, then we are going to fall down into this other line of support, diagonal line of support, which had given us support before. It's a very strong support line, so we should be able to bounce back from there. So let's hope for the best today with crypto. And if you look at gold, gold is going down. It's gone down by minus 43%. We know that gold has been oscillating between the two lines out here, the red line of resistance at 1984 and the green line of support, which is at 1919.47. So we are likely to bounce off from there. And even before that, we have support for gold from the 50-day exponential moving average. So gold is also giving a contrary signal right now. Typically gold goes up when Nasdaq is down, but gold is down here marginally. So during the day, things can change. I don't see any reason why things can go bullish other than a late realization that the airlines results and Tesla results have been good, and that most of the results we have had so far, almost 80% of them have been positive. If that is a realization, then the market can turn positive. But at this point of time, I don't want to stick my neck out because honestly, I don't know where it's going to go today. But from my personal position, I'm not doing any trades today, and I'm going to keep my money handy to buy on dips at a later date. I think there's going to be more bearishness until we come to the end of the second quarter. Beginning of the third quarter is likely where I think I would be able to invest some money. Till then, it's going to be volatile and it's going to go down. That's my opinion. Having said that, let's go and have a look at our genomic stocks. Before going into the genomic stocks, I'd just like to take a quick look at IXIC, where we had plotted a whole lot of resistance and support lines, and we stopped looking at it because it is delayed, and we switched on to QQQ. So I'm just going to take a quick look at IXIC, and I would like to just mark these support lines as resistance because we have fallen below them. So if you look at IXIC here, we have had this bearish channel which we broke out of, and now we are back down again. So we have a line of support here at 13031, that is 13,031, followed by 12,865. So if we did fall below those two, this diagonal line is not valid much because it doesn't have 3 touch points. It has got only 2 touch points, and this new one would be the third one. So if we did stop here and bounce back, that would be good. But if that didn't happen, then we are looking at a fall to 12,224. That's going to be another steep fall. So we have to be mentally prepared for even bigger drops. And after that, I haven't plotted any support lines. I think I'll do that later today after the recording. If we did fall below this diagonal line that is around 12,957, then it's going to be difficult for us, because it's going to be, next drop is going to be 12,224. So here is the list of our genomic shares. Half of them are green and half of them are red. And at this point of time, DNA is leading the pack at 5.22% gain. Very happy for whoever has got DNA. I do not know how long these greens will last. At this point of time, I think I'm not very clear which direction the market is going. So I'm not going to do a technical analysis of all of them, but I would like to look at IBB, which is the ETF that is for biotechnology. And if I look at the ETF, it has fallen below this diagonal line of support, which was earlier resistance. So we have fallen down. So I'm going to mark that line as a resistance. Our MACD is absolutely bearish, moving away from the signal line, and momentum is also dropping. So if IBB was an indicator of the overall trend, I would say the trend is bearish. However, that does not explain why we have all these greens out here. So to be honest, I'm confused with what's happening with the market. So I'm not going to make any predictions today. I'm just going to finish the session and go back and have a look at what's happening in the market, maybe around 3:30 in the evening, and take a post-mortem of that and try to see any directions. Because at this point of time, conventional wisdom would say that companies which have got revenue and which are paying dividends and which have got products in place would do better than the companies which don't have products in place, which are burning through their capital and which are not paying dividends. So what you see here is the exact opposite. I don't understand, honestly. So I'm going to leave it for today. We'll cool off for the weekend, and probably on Monday we'll get back on the horse and ride the track. With that, I would like to leave you with that thought. Be careful in the market. Volatility is very high. Take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Saturday. Yeah, I'll have a special on Saturday for you. Take care. Bye for now.